Hello everybody, Sean here, and we are taking a look at the Amygdala fight. I think that's how you say it, maybe not. Either way, I'm just going to call her Amy, because it's much easier. And this fight is actually an optional fight. There seems to be no actual real reason to do it, unless you want to get the Chalice, so you could do more Chalice dungeons. This drops you the Lorian Chalice, I do believe, which is the third Chalice in the list. And this boss is very, very interesting, as it is one of the giant spiders that you've surely seen by the time you get to her. And she's quite strong, but there's an easy way to manipulate her, and we're going to go over that right now. But before we really get into that easy manipulation, let's just go over the boss herself. She's, like I said, the giant spider creature, and spider is being used loosely here. But, giant spider-like creature has a lot of health and really tough, durable armor, which makes getting through the health even more difficult. For attacks, they're mostly just grabs and swipes if you're standing in front of her, but we're never going to see those because we're not going to stand in front of her. Does have the laser beam attack, which is very flashy looking. You'll likely see it when you enter the battle arena, but after that, excuse me, you probably won't see it anymore as we're not going to be in front of her. The laser's easy to dodge. It traces a path on the ground. All you need to do is not be anywhere near the path, and you won't get hit. It's very, very easy to dodge. And you're, again, probably only going to see it the one time when you first enter the battle arena. After that, you'll never see it again, because she can't shoot it from the back of her head. Thankfully, that would make the fight much more difficult if she could. But with all that said and done, what are you going to do for the actual fight? Well, you've already seen it now for the last minute or so. Run past her, get behind her, and stay behind her. For some reason, this giant creature can't really come to terms with enemies being behind her, and she has no course of action against you. She can stomp her back legs, but if you're not near them, she's not going to hurt you. Like, it's a very, very small AoE around the feet when she stomps them. So if you're hitting her tail, which is far enough away from her legs already, you're just not going to take any damage. Now, you do see times where I go for the legs instead. The reason for this is the tail is one of the most armored sections of her body, so hitting the legs will yield better damage. It just puts you in a little more risk because you can be stomped on. Now, the other mechanic, and the mechanic that's going to make this fight easy for us, is the jump. You've seen her jump several times, and the jump is very important to how we're going to kill her quickly. When she jumps to reposition herself so that she can hit you. You'll see anytime I'm behind her, that's usually what triggers her to jump, because she wants to turn around so she can try to swipe at me. But something important about when she jumps, and you can see it being exampled right there, is when she jumps, her head goes to the ground. That's very important. Her head is the weakest part of her body, and is also the area that we can stun, like many bosses, and force a visceral attack on. So, not only does standing behind her allow us to freely damage her with little recourse from the boss, we can also force her to jump more frequently than she normally would, and then we can use that to get access to her head. But there's a very important trick to that. When she jumps, you want to walk away from the boss towards whichever way the tail is pointing. So, when she jumps here, say the tail is pointing directly south. There's no real cardinal directions in the game, but let's just say it's pointing south. You want to walk south, not run, just walk south, because when she lands, where you are currently walking towards is where the head will be. And you're going to see that example right here. You see, I walked away from which way the tail was pointing. It left me exactly at the head, hit the head, got the visceral attack. Now, obviously, the more damage or the bigger the weapon you're using, the better the odds are you're going to hit the head and be able to stun it quickly. If you're using a smaller weapon or a weaker weapon, it's going to be a little trickier, and you might have to strike the head several times before you can stun her and get the visceral attack. But that is what you want to do. Stand behind her, trigger the jump, and then walk away in the direction the tail is pointing so that it puts you exactly where the head is when she lands, and then strike the head. Rinse and repeat until you get her near death, and then you will notice her jump changes a little. When she's near death, her jump is to kind of flee the area. When she jumps far away from you so that you can't stay behind her like you were before. At this point, don't try getting to the head, just hit her tail or hit her legs until she dies, and you will win the fight. But there you go, that is how to easily beat Amy. Just stand behind her and manipulate that jump mechanic to get easy head strikes and visceral attacks. I hope this helps you out. I thank you for watching, and we'll see everyone next time.